Hi, my friends. Well, it's Monday morning, 7:30. I'm up early again, but we're going to have a busy week this week. Today we'll be out by noontime for a dermo appointment for Moosey. Then we do go down to Newport to the VA for hearing, and then another dermo appointment. It's a busy week. Plus, I have some things I wanted to show you. Most of all, it is this wonderful little set of microphones. I've been telling you about it. It came the other day, and Moosey has tested it and set it up and read all the directions. It is wonderful. I bought it during the Prime days, and I think I paid $19.99 for this. It's two little microphones that come in this case, and I'll show it to you. See the two little microphones, and also the receiver, which you plug into your phone. The microphones are nice and tiny, and they have this little fuzzy ball on top, which is supposed to keep the muffling of the microphone against your skin or your clothing. Also supposed to help with the reduction of exterior sounds outside, like those airplanes. And has a little clip. I understand you have to be very careful with all of these with the clips. And then, so we have two of these, and I bought this mainly for use outside. Now, this would be for Moosey and myself, or whomever that I might be talking with outside. Has also a receiver, this little gadget that fits on the end of your phone, goes right into the charging port. I believe it's a Type-C, and that's it. It's wireless. I hope it works. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Moosey thought it was the greatest engineering technology that he's seen in a long time for 20 bucks. So let's hope it's good. When you put these back in the case to recharge, they have these little magnetic things that grab it. So if you go to put it in the wrong way, you know. For instance, it just grabs it right now. You put them back in. There you go. You close the lid, and this is the charging case, and it charges for 2 hours, I believe. It has about 5 or 6 hours of filming, and if this works, this will give you a much better improved video from me. So let's hope that works. And some other things that I wanted to show you that I picked up. Some of my creams, something new from NIVEA, which I will share with you. It's not quite as heavy as my normal dark blue tin, which is my holy grail, but this might be nice for the summer, and I'm going to test it out too. Still did reorder my bio oil gel, and I absolutely love that. A while back, I told you that I was buying and testing some eyeliners because, as you know, I've had some problems with my under eyes, and the makeup has been kind of crazy, and it smears or it's messed up or what. And I finally decided that the best thing to do, and you helped me decide this, was not to put the mascara under my eyes. I don't like what they call the water tight line. I don't like to do that on the inside or the uppers, but I like to do it right where the eyelashes start coming in. I prefer it there, both maybe on the top and the bottom. And I bought a couple of these, plus I had some. I've discovered that the gel eyeliner is the best one. First, I bought a black one, and it was much too black, and I think one of those days it was smeared all over my face when I did the video. So I don't like that one. I did find a lighter one, and I thought it was a sort of a bronze with a little glow to it, but I think it's more gray, and I'm pleased with it. You sharpen it with a pencil. It's not one of those twisty tops. And I've already sharpened it, and it doesn't sharpen to a sharp point. It's nice and soft, so that when I put it on, and that's what I have on today, it just goes on really nice. And I also use it for my eyebrows. You can see the strokes that I like to do in the middle, and then down the side. I'm pleased with it, and I will share these with you later also. My nails have really been cracking and breaking lately, so I've been trying this Sally Hansen Hard as Nails, and that's been working. I've also ordered a new product of hers called the Diamond something. So I've put 2 coats on, and I'm at the point where they say to put a new coat on every other day. So this is my 3rd coat, which I'm only going to put on some of the ones that are cracking badly. I have one great nail on my other hand. See this one in the middle? I'm not going to hold it up, but that is my arthritic finger, and that nail is so strong. Now here's the difference. I don't know whether you can see anything. This is my bad nail. It's pale pink, as opposed to this, which has the Sally Hansen clear on it. So we'll see. I think I showed you this wonderful fan that I bought last year, and it is wonderful. It's a handheld fan. It also can stand up on its own, and it is so wonderful. Just push this little button. It has 3 speeds. If I can get my head down here and show you. You can also set this fan up to dry your nails, so it can become part of your manicure set. And at the same time, I'm getting the breezes on my neck. It's wonderful. There we are. I've also done some rearranging on the mantle. If you notice, I have some beautiful blue hydrangeas up there, which I had up last summer. And if you remember, and I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit here, I'll give you a close-up. I have to get out some more of my white milk glass pictures and things, but the blue and white theme is what I'm going with there for the rest of the summer. The painting that I had Shannon do for me last summer is up, so come over here and see, okay? Now, look at these blue hydrangeas. Can you see these? Oh, these are gorgeous. I bet you think they're right from my garden. No, they're not, because you need a certain kind of fertilizer to turn them blue. And I didn't do that, but these are Walmart bred, and I only paid $3.97 a piece for them. I think in Hobby Lobby they're $12 or something. But they do go with the blue theme for summer. It's sort of my grandmother cottage core or cottage core grandma, whatever. But I do have a lot of my blue and white china up, but I do still have to get, I have a series of white pitchers and I think a white teapot that I do want to kind of put up here also. So I'm very pleased with summer has come to the interior of the cottage. Aren't my Walmart hydrangeas beautiful? I do have some more out in the tub outside that I have to get out, but here's my new bonsai, our anniversary present, and quite haven't finished the rest. I'm going to swap some things out for some of my milk glass pictures, but it looks pretty, doesn't it? And Shani's painting is standing full center and looking beautiful. Thank you, Shani. I was planning on going out and showing you what I've been doing with some of my yuccas. I've been starting to propagate some of them, getting ready for propagating and growing newer little tiny different succulents. So I have to show you what I've learned and what I've been doing out there too. Moosey is also planting some seeds, and we're still in a growing mode if the weather would cooperate with us. So this week we're going to be very careful about being out and about. Unfortunately, we will be out in the car 3 days this week at least, and on the weekends we think we'll be visiting with Dub. She has some of her grandchildren over and wants us to come over and be with her. So we have a nice week ahead. Well, Moosey just woke up Actually, it's more like almost 9 o'clock by now. And I've got my rubber gloves on because he has some jobs that he wants me to do out there now for him. He has some seeds he wants planted. So with my new manicure, I better wear my gloves, right, Teeny? And not mess up my fingers. I didn't think he wanted to go out this morning because it's hot out there. I just brought wash out to the shed this morning and doing some wash, and it's not a morning to be out there, but he's afraid that when he comes home in the afternoon that he won't feel like, with his dermatology surgery, he won't feel like doing this, and he has some seeds that have been soaking that he definitely wants to plant. So I'll see you maybe outside. You like them? As you know, I've been really into my succulents lately, especially trying to collect enough little ones for a Christmas project that you all and I are going to be doing together. But I have been growing succulents for a long time in my garden anyway, and I have lots of them that have grown big, and I've kept cutting them off and just popping them in the dirt. They don't need roots. You can just pop them where you want, and that's what I've been doing lately. Down here in some big pots, I have some giant ones that just basically grow and hardly need any care whatsoever. Picked up a few new ones over the weekend, but I try not to let them get too much water. I did lose 1 or 2 of them last week because they were over in the garden where they were getting too much of the automatic sprinklers. But as you can see, I have little bits of them all over the place. Here I have a fairy garden with a tree that I actually grew, and you see the root a long time ago that I put in. It grew into a semi-tree. It's cute. And the kids like these. They love to look at these. This is a succulent that I can't wait to repot. I have one in the garden over there, fuchsia, and this will grow into a big 2-foot bush and bloom those lovely colors. So here's what I'm doing. Now look in here. Remember some of the leaves that I broke off from this particular one? Well, it was a different one. You just take the leaf, you stand it in a little dirt, and they will sprout. Hopefully some will die, but some will sprout into little florets and grow new succulents. Today in this pot, I went around to all my plants and I found different varieties of things and just broke them off just like this, and had a nice bottom. Normally you might want to pop this in a growing hormone, which I do have. It's a white powdery thing. You can buy it on Amazon in a little jar, and you just dip it in that water first, then dip it in the growing hormone and stick it in. Now these are all little propagated cutoffs that are hopefully going to grow bigger, not too much bigger, but at least stay alive until the projects. So that's my fun for today. No? So that's one of my present hobbies is succulents. And you know, you can grow these indoors if you can't grow them outdoors in your particular growing zone. They do make good indoor houseplants. So I'm just gonna pop it in. I don't have my hormone handy, but I'm just gonna pop it in here to keep it alive until I can come back. So there you go. Well, we just got home from the dermatology surgery, and we stopped at the Fro yogurt place because Moosey was such a good boy. They didn't have a lollipop for him, so we decided to get him a prize for being such a good boy for his surgeries. And I'm going to show you what we got. We keep this nice bag that's kind of keeps things nice and cold in our car. I have 2 spoons, pink for me, green for Moosey, and this is our supper tonight. We're popping in our bed, and look what we have. Moosey's, can you see this in here? It's chocolate and tart a nice tart with little jimmies on there and some strawberries and yogurt. And this is his supper. And if he's hungry later on tonight, he can have one of those Philly steak, whatever you call those things, those little quickie things. And mine is vanilla with tart, and I have some strawberries and some mango fruit on there. So we are ready to dig into Moosey's prize for being a very good boy. It was a snap for him. He feels great. He's a little bandaged up, all on one arm, several of them. Look how nicely these stayed cold in this nice little travel pack. We use this and we keep it in the car. I have to show you, you should all have these if you stop for nice little cold picnic lunches like we do. It has that insulated interior, and I tell you, there's not any melting in this whatsoever. And this is some mango sherbet on the top. And then I have vanilla. I'm the vanilla girl. He's the chocolate boy. And this is probably number 11 or 12 or 13 on my list of how to stay cool. There's nothing better than one of those frozen yogurts in bed to keep you cool. And got the air going, we're set. And we're going to enjoy this. So tomorrow morning, we are on our way to the VA for the hearing tests and hopefully new hearing aids. We'll be on the road by 9 o'clock in the morning, going down to the Newport area to the VA, and hopefully it will be as successful as today. So see you tomorrow. Well, I can't believe it, but it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday, and our busy day, second busy day of the week, ended, and we came home. We were starved on our way home from Santa Ana. We had a 10 o'clock appointment this morning with the auditory department down in Santa Ana. It's almost way down almost by the beach down in Newport. And it took us almost an hour to get there. There was still a lot of rush hour traffic in the morning, but it was a very, very interesting day.
Okay, very good, Moss. This time you'll hear someone say the word this, say the word that. Whatever word they want you to say, I need you to repeat it. Okay. For example, say the word dog. You're going to repeat the word dog.
Dog.
Yeah, you got it?
I got it, dog.
Alright. Okay, Moss, we're going to do the same thing for the left side. Are you ready?
Yes.
Say the word days.
No.
Say the word.
First of all, the doctor that gave Moosey his hearing test was a lovely, lovely woman. And we evidently lucked out because she had just joined the VA auditory team of doctors and had been there just a week or so. She was wonderful, gave Moosey the complete hearing test. And I was in there because his hearing had gotten to the point where I was going to be the good cop, bad cop to tell this person, whoever we would be seeing, that his hearing was so bad that we thought we needed new hearing aids and everything. Well, she checked his ears, and his ears were not plugged. Remember, we went to an auditory doctor about a month ago, and she took some wax out of his ears. That was it. But she gave him a hearing test, and he had to be in a little room all by himself. She was outside the room on her computer giving him this test, and he had the phones on. And there were two parts to the test. The part where you push the little beeper when you hear the sounds, certain sounds. And the other part was repeating words that she would say. So that was more or less of the comprehension type of the test itself. And I sat outside this room. He had to keep the door closed, and it was so fascinating. I was able to hear his responses and her responses. And as it turned out, Moosey's hearing has worsened, more so with the understanding of words and the comprehension of what he's hearing, and it's all connected. The most wonderful thing happened in that she is giving us this appliance, I guess. It's called an accessory to his hearing. It's a microphone that I would wear, or you would give to someone that he's speaking to. I would wear this around my neck, and this would speak to his hearing aids. She spent probably an hour totally going over his hearing aids, and they were extremely clogged as well, which was why he wasn't even hearing out of them, and gave us a kit, told us what to do to keep them up. They weren't the problem as bad as this accessory that will unscramble, as she called it, she used that word, to help unmuffle out the sounds from the outside and help his brain connect with his hearing and unscramble words. The part of this will connect to our TV in the bedroom, and he'll be able to hear the TV and understand what's going on. The most wonderful technology, quite expensive, but because he's a vet, we will be receiving this, and we are thrilled. Coming home in the car, I didn't even have to raise my voice at all. There's one little thing. Moosey, what's the little thing that you're hearing?
The S's are all sibilants.
The S's, the sound of S's are scrambled, is that it?
No, it comes out as
So, I was going to see the fish comes out. I was going to see the fish. The S's are exaggerated and SCH sound. What's an example? Clouds. I see the clouds in the sky. So something has to be adjusted within the hearing aids that she cleaned and adjusted. She adjusted them to a level of something that seems to have to be fixed. The good news is that next Wednesday we go down there again in the morning, and we pick up these two accessories that is going to just really improve not only his life, but mine and anyone else that might have a connection, that might have a conversation with him, and also our TV watching. So we are very excited, and this is so wonderful that we will be getting all this from the VA. So that is pretty much the ending of our day. My mouth is parched. We were starved on our way home. It was noontime, and I hadn't had any breakfast. So we stopped at Carl's Jr., and we had the most wonderful southwestern, my lips are sticking together. We had the most wonderful southwestern chicken sandwiches, which were chicken. Honestly, the chunks of chicken were that big. That's why we loved Carl's Jr. so much. The food is nice and fresh, and big, nice green chilies on top. I had jalapeno peppers, and Moosey had these crisp cut fries. So we had a lovely lunch, And it was so hot, and I was so filled when we got home and so tired from driving an hour both ways and everything else that I fell promptly asleep. So did Moose. And here we are. Heaven knows what our sleeping is going to be like tonight. I hope there's a lot of good TV on. So, thanks for being part of our week. It's a busy one and will still continue. I think we told you that at the dermatology appointment yesterday, the great doctor, that was a good week all the way around. She did, instead of just one, she did 3 procedures on him. They were easy, no problem whatsoever. And we're doing great. Looking forward to the weekend. We will be seeing some grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And I hope your week was as fun and successful as ours. I hope some good things happen to you too. Thanks so much for being part of our family and caring about what's going on in our lives. It's still hot here in the West. Hope you all are staying cool, trying to stay cool. We'll all look forward to a nice rest of the week. And we'll see you probably sometime over the weekend. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We're trying hard to make our videos nice for you. Subscribe and comment because we love all the comments. God bless us all, and we'll see you soon again.
Like a new man. I'm certainly glad that I served our country back in 1959 because I've got all these benefits coming from the Veterans Administration.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
And I can hear what you're saying.
And other than the little swoosh that's in there, we'll get rid of that. But I see something hanging under his armpit here. This little contraption that did not come from the VA, but from Mikey, thankfully. We have had a couple of false alarms, and I think they're getting a little upset with us.
We don't want to talk about it.
We don't either. But it is very sensitive, and thank God they're only false alarms. And the people say, oh, don't worry about it. This happens constantly. So we're good. What are we going to watch on TV tonight? Can't wait till we get our new accessories.
Oh, the Dodger.
Oh,
7 o'clock. Come on out.
Oh,
here.
that's, no. But I'll turn your air on because I turn it off when I record because it's a little noisy.
Please.
I know. Okie doke. Bye.
Bye.